when it comes to those types of documents, I agree. It's so important, and it's something that you don't think about. So again, Attorney Chaves was nice enough to put together 2 ebooks to complement this podcast. One on estate planning specific for first responders, and the other one specific to basic estate planning documents for adult children. And I think those are both very pertinent topics, and I hope the listeners take advantage of them, and thank you for doing that, and thank you for providing them out to the public. We really appreciate that.
We'd like to educate them, and we spent some time on these to get them right, but we think it's a call for action. It's like what you're not thinking about that really can be your blind spot, right? One thing I did want to mention, Keith, is 9/11, and I mention it because on that day 2,974 people passed away, but today more have passed away who were survivors of 9/11 or first responders due to respiratory and other medical issues. So for first responders, it's not just a matter of coming home that day. You look at these derailments with the trains and the toxic waste, and you're the first one on the scene. Are you prepared? Do you have the gas mask? Do you have all the protective gear? So many of my friends have passed on years later. Just most recently, another individual that was at the recovery efforts, like myself, because 9/11 or the World Trade Center was just blocks away from our offices at 26 Federal Plaza. Every year, people are passing and passing. So this has manifested itself in you, but may not be known for 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. So it's important that we have this mindset, and the mindset not just physically, but mentally. We look at the PTSD incidents from 9/11. I worked the morgue. I was in charge of the morgue for the FBI on certain shifts where we were just identifying individuals, cause of death, meeting with families, to provide some degree of closure. What first responders see day to day in a constant fight or flight response is exhaustive, and it manifests itself into many things, most which are not good. So they need help, they need support, and we're hoping that this kind of call to action is flagging that for them and their families.
And we thank you so much for again providing this for them, helping us do this recording. We thought it was extremely important to bring you both in, especially since noticing what you guys are doing specific to this. And like you said, I hope there's some, even if it's one person that raises their hand out there, what you said earlier about, being a first responder, police, you're protecting people, right?
Yeah.
Well, the same is true with estate planning.
Yeah.
You're protecting people, protecting families from maybe financial catastrophe or financial disarray. And, thank you guys so much for coming in and being a part of this.
Thanks for having us.
Really